Hello and welcome to the BIXPO 2024 newsroom. My name is Yusumin and I'll be your host for today. We are here at the heart of one of the most dynamic and exciting energy events where global leaders from around the world gather to share their insights on trends, and innovations. And joining us today is Mr. Eddi Widiono, founder and chairman of the board supervisor at Indonesia Smart Grid Initiative. He also served as the president director of PT-PLN, which is an Indonesian state-owned enterprise engaged in the electricity sector. Well, Mr. Widiono, welcome to Korea and welcome to BIXPO.
Thanks. Thank you for having me here. Yeah.
We're so happy to have you here. Well, let's dive right in. So first and foremost, smart grid, as you know, is one of the most popular buzzwords around the world in the electric utility industry, right? And you are the founder of the Indonesia Smart Grid Initiative. You've been actively and enthusiastically been involved in the development of electric energy, of course. Could you tell us a bit more about the initiative, the Smart Grid Initiative, and also the role it plays in the Indonesian region and in the energy industry in general?
Yeah. Well, after my tenure as a president of PLN, I joined the National Energy Board, and the board has declared the goal of achieving 23% of renewable by 2025. 2015, I found out that our option is becoming narrower. We need to have development of solar and wind power, which is popular as intermittent power generation.
Yes.
The problem is our network is not that advanced, so that's why I declare our first movement on smart grid, because we need to push PLN to go to that area.
Interesting. Let's then talk about BIXPO itself. We are at BIXPO. So BIXPO is being held under the theme, A Journey to the Future of Energy, with more than 200 companies, countries around the world joining here, showcasing their cutting-edge technologies. Is it your first time attending BIXPO?
No, this is my second time, although I heard about this BIXPO long before that. And I found that BIXPO is a very good venue to meet other active CEO or people who are pushing towards the development of electricity sector. Yeah.
Well, is there any difference from the previous BIXPO? Is this year's?
I think the main difference is only the theme, right? When I was in BIXPO first time, KEPCO pushing the idea of hydrogen as a future energy, and today you're pushing, KEPCO are pushing the DC system as although there are differences in approach, but I think both are contributing towards achievement of the green electricity sector in the future.
For sure. So you must have been to numerous international expos and conferences. Is there any, there's something that kind of differentiates BIXPO from other conferences?
Yes, yes, exactly. I went to several exposition worldwide, and I found that the BIXPO is very well organized and covering all the various aspects. Yeah? I went this morning. I went to the international discussion on the future of renewable energy, and those are mostly professors from my university discussing about the future. And I think the exposition is also a lot of innovations there. So it really got a different approach.
Yeah, a lot of experts and professionals in the power and energy sector gather to
right.
share and have a conversation about the future of the energy sector.
And mostly they are not selling products. They are selling ideas, they are selling innovation. This is I think the main difference.
Yes, that is, it's a really great platform for forging network partnerships going forward. And well, I'm curious about your perspective, because you might have seen a host of companies and technologies. Are there any companies or technologies that kind of stood out to you that you found, oh, this is interesting, or oh, this is innovative?
Yeah, above all, of course, what I see in the KEPCO pavilion there is very good, clearly explaining what KEPCO actively pursuing, but also another company like LS with new superconductor invention, another company with distributed energy resource control, provision, and a lot of new innovations. Even in the discussion, B2B discussion yesterday, I also participated with a company who proposed a grid forming inverter, which is rather advanced in our case. Yeah. But it is required, to be frank. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, moving on to this year's theme, this BIXPO theme, it's Journey Towards the Future. Well, you're obviously a seasoned professional in this industry and field who can share some insights and expertise. Could you share your personal vision or the directions for the future of this power and energy sector in general?
In the past, we create the energy sector to support our lifestyle and support our industry. And we achieve those at the cost of sacrificing some quality. So with the intention to improve our lifestyle for our son and our grandson later on, we need to clean up all this. And
yes, for the future generations, right?
Yeah, for the future generations. And this is where the challenge comes from, because not many countries are prepared, ready with that. One that can afford to change, usually they have the technology, but they don't have sufficient large projects here to make it commercial. So I think this is the needs of cooperation among countries, the developed and the still developing. And of course, just energy transition is a buzzword that currently announced to make inclusiveness of this effort. Yeah.
Well, Indonesia, of course, is a very important trade partner of Korea. Especially, could you see any specific business opportunities between the Korean electric companies and Indonesian electric companies in the future?
Yeah, there are some similarities between KEPCO and Indonesia.
Okay.
Both are trusted monopoly, right? Not many countries are keeping the monopoly part. Although in Korea, I think we are to some extent following the same route, starting from Margaret Thatcher's idea of restructuring, and then enforced by IMF by 1998. You see, but we have to customize those according to our situation. And in that part, I think Korea has chosen a path which is suitable for you. Yeah, I did know some challenge on it, but Indonesia is also root to that. Yeah, but comparing Indonesia, Korea, and other monopolist country like Malaysia, for instance, we see that Korean is on a leading part. You see, so with that similarities, I think there are a lot of possibilities that you can share with us, both trading or both in terms of trade as well as knowledge and experience on how we push an idea towards the future.
Sharing know-hows and expertise together.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Right. Well, before we wrap up, any final thoughts or your comments to our viewers at BIXPO, or your final suggestions to the Korean electric company or the Korean electrics industry?
Yes, I think from my part in Indonesia, we usually send people from generation and some time on transmission to go and learning something from Korea. But now I see that the distribution side, which cover the relation between company with their customers, and in our case it's 84 million customers. We need to learn a lot, and we need to share, how to digitalize service to them, and those I believe will be the important subject. Although this is not perhaps far in the future, at least more low-hanging fruit,
Low-hanging fruit.
So that's I think my suggestion. Not necessarily in BIXPO, maybe there are two B-parties event between KEPCO and PLN to improve our knowledge and relationship among them.
Well, Mr. Widiono. Thank you so much for joining us today. We
My
really,
pleasure.
truly appreciate
Okay.
you sharing your expertise and knowledge and insights with us.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Yeah.
And thank you, our viewers, for joining us today. And this has been Suing Yu, and goodbye.